So I've come to my regular haunt. I'm at Westbury White Horse today, this morning. What's the time? Oh, it's 9 o'clock now. I was up really early though today. But I feel quite refreshed today. Yesterday I had a bit of a, obviously yesterday morning video, driving all the way back from Shrewsbury. I just felt a bit, mixed emotions might be a good way of putting it, I've just seen a man walking along here with a dog. He's probably younger than me, but he's heavy set, all right? We won't call him fat because that's not very nice. It's a bit rude, isn't it? I'll just get you level. That's not level now, is it? Oh God, that's good enough. And anyway, you see some, well, all right, heavy set. Let's go fat. Let's call it fat, right? People that are fat, right? It's such a slow process, isn't it? I'm quite slim now. I've lost weight. That's not true. I haven't lost weight as much as I've changed shape. I stopped eating processed food. So I go mainly single ingredient foods, right? And my stomach's just vanished, disappeared. It's flat now. Not 100%. I'm 68 for Christ's sake. But it's processed food. It makes you all bloated. It's really bad for you. So I've been eating single ingredient foods. I've been doing it on and off for a few months, and then I'd fail, and then I'd do it again, then I'd fail, but I've done it continually now for probably 2 weeks. The odd sneaky treat, the odd Kit Kat here and there. But because I didn't like that bloated feeling, I just suddenly realised one day, going to tie your shoelaces up, and so you go, it's a struggle, and you got to catch your breath and that because you're compressing it. Because what it is, you're not just fat. So I was swollen from all the processed food, right? But it's such a slow process, you don't realise it. And then one day you recognise it and you go, Jesus Christ, and you see yourself in the mirror and you go, you fat bastard. So I thought, I'm going to change what I do. So I changed the way I eat, and I've noticed it. So my stomach's shrunk, but I've lost no weight. It's the internal swelling. I'm pretty sure it is. It's just you swell up from all the processed foods. And I thought, we get unhealthy so quickly, don't we? Anyway, coming back to what I was saying. So this man, he's a very stout build, right? Fat fucker, no two ways about it, right? Got quite a big old dog, and he's got no control of the dog. The dog's dragging him along, and he's, when you get really fat, you get that waddle on, don't you? You go, God, what would someone like that do in an emergency? You couldn't run down a road or run and grab. You're so slow and cumbersome, aren't you? And that's what we are today. You look at old footage from the 50s and the 60s. Well, I was born in the 50s, grew up in the 60s. And I remember it. I can remember, everybody was quite trim. Not toned and fit, although my dad was, because he was a very fit man. But most people, they were trim. They didn't have these great big bellies and that. And if you go back in time, the only people that ever got fat was rich people, because they had people to do everything for them. So they didn't do anything, lazy, and they could afford to buy ridiculous amounts of food and high sugar content foods and stuff like that, So, but fat is sweeping across. That a runner's just gone by. She's probably in her 40s. Really good shape. Fitter than me. No two ways about that. But yeah, as a nation, society, we've let ourselves go. So slowly, we haven't even noticed it. And it's shocking, isn't it? I watched that Abbew fella, and I quite like him. He was amusing to start with. Now he's becoming a bit of a cliche. And now he's posting stuff like, comes out with his big tray. This is my week's food that he's bought from a butcher or somewhere. And it's all these steaks that are so big, it's ridiculous. It's enough for 3 people, right? And goose eggs or something, or duck eggs or something, you know. And I go, well, that's all very well, because he's a little bit prominent now, and he's got a business, so he's obviously financially secure. You know, he's a gym and that he's got. And I thought, he's going, this is what I eat for a week. Well, you can't recommend that to people that have got nothing. That's ridiculous. Most of us can't afford 10 tomahawk steaks. Jesus. You go in a supermarket, you look at an ordinary steak, it's 8, 12 quid, 15 quid, you know. So anyway, I mean, I like the idea of that diet, but to be honest, I think you've got to be in good shape, physically, not looking good. You've got to have a reasonably healthy body to change your diet to that carnivore type diet. Let me just put that window up, there's a bit of draft coming in. And because your body just doesn't process everything as it did when you were younger, and you know, which is why you can eat shitty food when you're young, because your body will just overcome it and deal with it. And then you get older and it doesn't deal with it. So you probably have got to start eating sensibly. But we should all eat to be healthy, not eat, eat to live, not live to eat, which seems to be the frame of mind for a lot of people now. And people who live to eat fat, you're fat. You know, I saw a video of a woman, right, in America or somewhere, you know, and they're all fat over there, aren't they? And she got a baby out, so let's say she was in her 30s or something, a very stout lady, right? And she got a pushchair out, put the baby in a pushchair, and then she turned around to put something in the car, and there was a slight incline on the driveway where she was doing it, and the pushchair started rolling away so slowly, and then gathering speed. She was getting something in the car or out the car, doing something like that. And she turned around, she went, and it was like a home cam, you know. And then she goes, oh, and she runs she attempted to run, but she's big fat legs and fat body and just fat and so unfit. And so she went to run after it. Honestly, 2 steps, she fell over her own feet. She was so incapable. That's the word. She was incapable. And she fell over her own feet trying to save her child because it was running into a road where traffic was. Luckily, a man came along and he ran up and he grabbed the pushchair and stopped it. But I thought, being unwell is dangerous for you and the people around you. It's a mindset thing. Oh yeah, coming back to Eddie Abbew. You can't eat the food he's got. That's probably £200 a week in food he's spending because he's eating clean and healthy. Well, it's very nice for you, Eddie. Well done, but not practical for everybody else. And so, although I do eat like that, I don't go and buy tomahawk steaks for 20 quid each. You know, I buy a joint of beef for 24 quid. I done it yesterday. I bought a joint of beef for 24 quid, right? So it's just a roasting joint, you know, but get it the right size and shape. And I just slice it into steaks. And that is a steak. Never mind, fillet steak, rump steak, sirloin steak, T-bone steak. It's all cow, right? Oh, but that's better than that. No, it isn't. It's all cow or bull, heifer, whatever one it is. So you don't have to buy tomahawk steaks at 20 quid. Get a joint of beef, slice it into steaks, you know, only an inch thick. And then you have that with a few vegetables or onions or a few fried eggs, you know, or poached steaks, whatever you fancy. And here's another tip. Eat to not be hungry. Don't eat to be full. Never be full up. That's just greed, see? Oh, it tastes so good. It tastes so good. Oh, I can't stop. And that's your mindset. You don't need to be like that. Eat to be well. And what it is, fat people end up having fat children, don't they? Because they overfeed them. Sweets and shit food and processed food and cereals and all that shit food. You know. Bring children up to have sliced carrots and hummus, and think of it, you know. And the mindset, start, if you can't save yourself, at least save your children, you know, so they've got a healthy lifestyle. Don't let them get addicted to sugary, sweet shit. Just tastes. Don't get used to tastes. I think it's addictive, isn't it? Somebody I read, it came up somewhere recently that if the Food Standard Agency or whoever approves your foods, if we'd never had sugar and it was introduced today, the food standards people, or the people that make all these decisions, would go, no, that's a bad food. That's a bad food, additive food group, whatever you want to call it. And it would be banned, wouldn't be allowed. It's addictive, like cocaine and heroin and stuff like that. So if you are fat, it's hard to get off, but it can be done. Do it slowly. I mean, I'm not without, although I eat very plainly now, and I feel much better for it, just in general. Your whole digestive system changes, obviously. Actually, for the better, to be honest. And I still fancy, I say I fancy sweet stuff. I don't. I just fancy something stimulating to eat. And so sweet, we'll say sweet. But I eat nuts, a handful of nuts. Cashews are my favourite. And so I buy a couple of bags of that and I put them in a container. And then I put a small bag of chocolate raisins in there, sprinkled in. And that's a perfectly nice treat, snack, you know. So but I'm even weaning myself off them, to be honest. So if you can't save yourself from being fat, at least save your children. Tip for today. Anyway, it was just on my mind, and seeing that fat man with that dog, and he's waddling and getting dragged all over the place, made me think about it. Anyway, time for a dog walk. So, catch you later. Bye for now. Bye, bye, bye. God, it's a long video. All right, bye for now. Bye, 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 bye.